Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you this Trans Am that I picked up. It's a 1988 Pontiac Trans Am GTA. Now I've been looking for one of these cars for a few years now, and I really couldn't decide on the exact model that I wanted, since they only made this car for 6 years between 1987 and 1992, and not all options were available for every single year. And I'll show you what I mean about that in a minute. Now I bought this car from the second owner, and he had this car for about 30 years. And as you can tell, this car has been sitting. So naturally, when I bought this car, it did not start. It needed a fuel tank, fuel pump. But all in all, she's a pretty solid car. As you can see in this spoiler, which is pretty rotted out, this happens to all of the cars of this generation, since these are made out of like a urethane. So these pretty much always go bad. But luckily, I can actually find a replacement, and I will be doing that later on. Now this car definitely needs some paint and body work. The body's in pretty good shape, but the paint definitely needs to be redone, and the interior is pretty rough on this car. Now as you can see, it has the leather seats, but they're all torn up. So it's going to need some leather seats, a carpet, and the headliner is in pretty rough shape too. Yeah, the headliner's pretty toasted. So when I was looking for one of these cars, again, I mentioned that I was looking for a certain set of options, and primarily I wanted the digital dash with the steering wheel controls. Now they only made the digital dash for years 1987 and 88, and the steering wheel controls were only available for 1988 and 1989. So that made the digital dash and the steering wheel control option a 1-year only deal, and that was the year that I decided I actually wanted for myself. Which also has what they call the electronic AC unit, so it has the buttons there, as you can see. Now this car has the 5.7 liter tuned port fuel injection, and it's mated with the 4-speed 700 R4 transmission. For this model, you can actually only get the 350 with the 4-speed automatic. If you wanted the 5-speed manual, you can only get that with the 305 T.P.I engine. So let me show you the engine next. And there she is. There's the 350 T.P.I fuel injected engine. This was pretty much the same engine used in the Corvette of the same year, except the Corvette had aluminum heads. This one here has the cast iron heads. Now, as I mentioned, this car when I picked it up was not running, so I had to actually change the fuel pump and change the fuel tank to get this thing to run. When I finally did get it to run, I did notice that it was not running on all cylinders. So I proceeded to do some checks, and I found out that some of the injectors were actually bad. I did the whole tapping thing, but these injectors were very old, and some of them came back to life, some of them did not. Some of them were clogged, and some just weren't working at all. So I installed brand new Delphi injectors in this bad boy, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to clean it up and make it look nice again. All right, guys, so there you have it. It's much cleaner now. Now, it's not perfect, and it's not really going to clean up on the first try. It will take a couple of different washes here and there. And as I work on this car, replace parts and restore some things here and there, I will be cleaning it even deeper. But for now, that's pretty nice. So let's hear how it sounds. Hit it. Now you can see she sounds pretty good. She's not running perfect, I can tell. But in time, I'll be working on the sensors here. They are 35 years old, so I'll be replacing all the sensors, cleaning them, and just generally go all the way around the engine. Just clean everything out, run some good fuel through it, run some good oil, and even just drive it around a bit. These cars really don't like sitting. They like to be driven. So all in all, she sounds pretty healthy. I did replace the injectors. All 8 of the injectors, I replaced them with the Delphi injectors. Brand new spark plugs. I checked for compression and made sure all the compression is good. So she's just gonna need some fine tuning here and there, which I will be doing later on in this channel. And I do wanna note that this is the model that has that 9th injector. It's known as the cold start injector, which I believe '89 was the last year of the cold start injector. After that, they just recalibrated the ECM to shoot more fuel through the actual injectors upon cold start. So this is a pretty unique engine, and I'm going to enjoy working on it and showing you guys the steps that I will be taking to restore this car. Now I do want to point out that she does have a leaky exhaust. It is 35 years old, so it might be better to just replace this exhaust, but I might patch it up since it is original.
What's the problem, officer?
Sir, do you know how fast you were going?
Apparently, not fast enough.
Alright guys, well that's a wrap for this video. Now I'm planning on doing a little bit more to this car. Basically paint, body, and a lot of interior work, as you can tell. So let me know if you guys are going to be interested in watching anything like that. You can leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.